What if the single biggest factor determining your success, your happiness, and even your relationships isn't your innate talent, your dazzling intelligence, or sheer luck? What if it's something simpler, something more fundamental, something you can actually change? For decades, Stanford psychologist Carol S. Dweck researched this very question, and her groundbreaking discovery, detailed in the influential book Mindset, reveals a powerful truth. The way you think about your abilities profoundly shapes your life's path. Are you ready to unlock the secret that separates those who stagnate from those who reach their full potential? Let's dive into the world of mindset. Carol S. Dweck's Mindset isn't just another self-help book. It's a paradigm-shifting exploration rooted in decades of rigorous psychological research. Its central premise is deceptively simple, yet incredibly profound. Our beliefs about our own abilities and potential, what Dweck terms our mindset, act as powerful drivers of our behavior, resilience, and ultimately, our achievements across all domains of life. The book meticulously unpacks the nature, characteristics, and far-reaching consequences of two fundamental mindsets, the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. Understanding this dichotomy, Dweck argues, is the first crucial step towards unlocking untapped potential and fostering greater success and fulfillment. The core dichotomy, fixed mindset versus growth mindset. At the heart of Dweck's work lies the distinction between these two opposing belief systems. The fixed mindset. Individuals operating from a fixed mindset believe that their core qualities, intelligence, talent, personality, are innate, carved in stone, and unchangeable. They believe you either have it or you don't. This fundamental belief creates a specific psychological world. Goal. The primary goal becomes looking smart or talented at all costs. Validation is paramount. Challenges. Challenges are perceived as risky. Failure could expose a lack of innate ability, so difficult tasks are often avoided. If failure does occur, it's taken personally, seen as a reflection of their fixed limitations. I failed because I'm not smart enough. Obstacles. Setbacks are discouraging and often lead to giving up easily. Since ability is fixed, struggle suggests you've reached your limit. Effort. Effort is seen negatively. If you're truly talented or intelligent, things should come naturally. Having to work hard is viewed as a sign of deficiency. Criticism. Negative feedback is perceived as a personal attack on their core abilities. It's often ignored, defensively rejected, or leads to feelings of inadequacy and resentment. Success of others. The success of others can be intimidating and threatening. It highlights their own perceived shortcomings and can evoke feelings of jealousy or comparison. Outcome. This mindset can lead to individuals plateauing early, avoiding opportunities for growth, developing a fear of failure, and ultimately, not fulfilling their potential. They are constantly trying to prove themselves rather than improve themselves. The growth mindset. In stark contrast, individuals with a growth mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication, hard work, effective strategies, and learning from mistakes. They see potential as something that can be cultivated. This belief fosters a very different psychological world. Goal. The primary goal is learning and growing. Development and mastery are the focus, not just performance outcomes. Challenges. Challenges are embraced as opportunities to stretch skills and learn something new. Difficulty is seen as part of the learning process, not a sign of inadequacy. Obstacles. Setbacks are viewed as wake-up calls to increase effort, try new strategies, or seek help. Persistence is a key characteristic. Failure is seen as an opportunity to learn what doesn't work and adjust course. I failed because I didn't use the right strategy yet, or I need more practice. Effort. Effort is seen as the path to mastery. It's the key ingredient that activates potential and leads to skill development. Hard work is valued and understood as necessary for growth. Criticism. Negative feedback, while perhaps not always pleasant, is viewed as valuable information. It provides insights into areas needing improvement and helps guide future efforts. It's seen as constructive, not personal. Success of others. The success of others is seen as a source of inspiration and learning. They find lessons and strategies in how others achieve their goals. Outcome. This mindset fosters resilience, a love of learning, and a willingness to tackle difficult tasks. It leads to higher levels of achievement over time, as individuals continuously strive to improve and expand their capabilities. They are focused on getting better, not just looking good. Dweck emphasizes that these mindsets aren't just abstract concepts. They manifest in our internal monologue, our reactions to everyday events, and our long-term life trajectories. They shape how we approach everything from learning a new skill to navigating complex relationships. Mindsets in action, exploring different life domains. Dweck powerfully illustrates how these mindsets permeate various aspects of life, providing compelling research findings and real-world examples. Education and learning. This is where Dweck's research began. She observed stark differences in how students approached difficult problems. Fixed-mindset students often opted for easier tasks they knew they could succeed at, protecting their self-image as smart. When faced with difficulty, they quickly became discouraged, sometimes even resorting to cheating rather than risk looking incompetent. Growth mindset students, however, relished challenging problems, seeing them as chances to learn. They persisted longer, experimented with different strategies, and viewed mistakes as part of the learning curve. Dweck also highlights the crucial role of praise. Praising children for their intelligence, "You're so smart," tends to foster a fixed mindset, making them afraid to tackle challenges where they might not look smart. Conversely, praising effort, strategy, and persistence, "You worked really hard on that problem," or "That was a clever way to approach it," cultivates a growth mindset, encouraging them to embrace challenges and value the process of learning. Teachers' mindsets about their students' potential also profoundly impact student achievement. Growth-minded teachers believe all students can learn and grow, leading them to invest more effort in struggling students and find diverse teaching strategies. Business and leadership. In the corporate world, mindset distinguishes effective leaders and thriving organizations from those that stagnate or collapse. Fixed mindset leaders often surround themselves with sycophants, prioritize proving their superiority, avoid risks that could lead to failure, and assign blame when things go wrong. They may create a culture of fear and stifle innovation. Dweck contrasts this with growth mindset leaders who value learning, welcome feedback, even critical feedback, encourage collaboration and risk-taking, admit mistakes, and foster a culture where employees feel empowered to develop their skills. Companies led by growth-minded individuals, like Jack Welch during certain periods at GE or Lou Gerstner at IBM, tend to be more adaptable, innovative, and resilient in the face of industry changes. Dweck uses examples like Enron's downfall as a cautionary tale of a fixed mindset culture focused on innate talent and validation above all else. Sports. The world of sports offers vivid examples of mindset in action. Dweck discusses legendary athletes like Michael Jordan, who famously didn't make his high school varsity team initially, but used the setback as fuel to work harder than anyone else, a hallmark of the growth mindset. She contrasts this with athletes possessing immense natural talent but a fixed mindset, like John McEnroe, who often struggled with setbacks, blamed external factors, and didn't always fulfill their potential despite their gifts. Growth-minded athletes see practice and effort as essential, learn from losses, constantly seek to improve their technique and strategy, and demonstrate remarkable resilience after defeat. Coaches with a growth mindset focus on developing players' skills and character over time, rather than just identifying natural talent. Relationships, romantic, familial, friendships. Mindsets significantly influence how we navigate personal relationships. In a fixed mindset, individuals may believe that compatibility is predetermined and personality traits are unchangeable. Conflicts are seen as signs that the relationship or the partner is flawed. They might expect their partners to implicitly understand their needs and become defensive or assign blame during disagreements. They may believe that relationships shouldn't require work. Conversely, a growth mindset in relationships involves believing that relationships can grow and deepen through effort, communication, and mutual understanding. Challenges are seen as opportunities to learn about each other and strengthen the bond. Individuals are more willing to work through problems, forgive imperfections in themselves and their partners, communicate openly, and support their partner's growth. They understand that good relationships require effort and nurturing. Similarly, parents transmit mindsets to their children through their feedback and attitudes. Fixed mindset parenting often involves judging children's abilities, worrying excessively about failures, and perhaps comparing siblings. Growth mindset parenting focuses on the process of learning, celebrates effort and improvement, teaches children to embrace challenges, and helps them view setbacks as learning opportunities. The nuance: mindsets aren't always binary. Dweck is careful to point out that mindsets aren't strictly an either/or proposition. Most people exhibit a mixture of fixed and growth beliefs, perhaps holding a growth mindset about their athletic abilities, but a fixed mindset about their artistic talent, or vice versa. We can also fluctuate between mindsets depending on the situation or context. The crucial point isn't to label oneself permanently, but to become aware of which mindset is operating in different areas of life and understand its impact. Recognizing fixed mindset triggers, like facing criticism or encountering a significant challenge, is the first step towards consciously choosing a growth-oriented response. Changing your mindset, the path to growth. Perhaps the most empowering message of mindset is that mindsets are beliefs, and beliefs can be changed. Dweck offers a practical framework for cultivating a growth mindset. Learn to hear your fixed mindset voice. Become aware of the internal monologue that focuses on judgment, fears failure, avoids effort, and feels threatened by challenges or others' success. Recognize thoughts like, "I can't do this. What if I fail? This means I'm stupid," or "it's their fault." Recognize you have a choice. Understand that simply hearing the fixed mindset voice doesn't mean you have to obey it. You can choose to interpret challenges, setbacks, and criticism through a growth-oriented lens. Talk back with a growth mindset voice. Actively reframe the situation. Respond to fixed mindset thoughts with growth-oriented alternatives. Instead of, "I can't do this," try, "I can't do this yet, but I can learn how with effort and the right strategy." Instead of, "Failure means I'm incompetent," try, "Failure is a chance to learn what didn't work and try again differently." Instead of, "Effort is a sign of weakness," try, "Effort is what activates my ability and leads to mastery." Instead of, "I feel threatened by their success," try, "What can I learn from their success?" Take growth mindset actions. Consciously choose behaviors aligned with growth. Embrace challenges instead of avoiding them. Persist when things get tough. Seek out feedback and learn from it. Focus on the process of learning and improvement, not just the outcome. Celebrate effort and strategy in yourself and others. Dweck emphasizes the power of the word yet, adding yet to fixed mindset statements. "I'm not good at this," yet, "I don't understand this," yet, instantly frames the situation in terms of learning and potential, opening the door to growth. This small linguistic shift can have a surprisingly powerful psychological impact. Changing a mindset isn't an overnight fix. It requires conscious effort, practice, and ongoing awareness, but the rewards are immense. Conclusion: the power of belief and the invitation to grow. Mindset, the new psychology of success, delivers a compelling and actionable message. Our beliefs about our own potential are not trivial. They are foundational. Carol Dweck masterfully demonstrates, through robust research and relatable stories, that adopting a growth mindset is not about denying differences in talent or aptitude, but about understanding that potential is dynamic and can be cultivated through dedication, strategic effort, and a love of learning. The fixed mindset traps us in a cycle of proving ourselves, fearing failure, and limiting our horizons. It whispers that struggle is shameful and that challenges should be avoided. The growth mindset, conversely, liberates us. It fuels curiosity, resilience, and a lifelong passion for development. It tells us that challenges are opportunities, effort is empowering, and setbacks are merely stepping stones on the path to mastery. Ultimately, mindset is an invitation. It invites us to examine our own deeply held beliefs about ability and intelligence. It challenges us to recognize the fixed mindset triggers in our daily lives, in our work, our studies, our relationships, and our personal pursuits. And most importantly, it empowers us with the knowledge that we have a choice. We can choose to cultivate a mindset that embraces challenges, learns from criticism, persists through obstacles, and finds inspiration in the growth of ourselves and others. The power Dweck reveals isn't magic. It's the profound impact of belief on action and outcome. It reminds us that our brains are wired for growth, and our potential is far less fixed than we might assume. The journey towards a growth mindset is ongoing, a conscious practice rather than a final destination. So, the question isn't just whether you have a fixed or growth mindset, but where each one shows up in your life. Where do you feel the need to constantly prove yourself? Where do you shy away from challenges? And conversely, where do you already embrace learning and effort? Think about one area in your life right now where shifting towards a growth mindset could make a real difference. What's one small, growth-oriented action you could take today? Perhaps it's tackling that difficult task you've been avoiding, seeking feedback on a project, or simply adding the word, "yet," when you feel stuck. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Where do you see these mindsets playing out most strongly in the world around you, or in your own life? What strategies have you found helpful for cultivating a growth mindset? Let's continue this conversation and learn from each other's journeys towards unlocking our full potential.